Good morning. Stupid People Wednesday. The first one is the Christian Democrat leader here in Sweden, Ebba Busch Thor. I changed my mind about her. I did. I thought she was bright. They did a terrible mistake, the Christian Democrats. They were going up and up and up in the polls. And then they changed their minds about migration and they accepted more migration into Sweden. It was a stupid, terrible, awful mistake. And then they crashed in the polls. So now they want to get some of these voters back. So this was the plan. The Christian Democrat leader, Ebba Busch Thor, she met for coffee with the Nationalist Party leader. They photographed this important event and published it on social media. So this will work, they think. Now, this is a big deal, you see. Anyone talking to the nationalists, any politicians talking to them in Sweden is basically Hitler, according to the other ones, you see. But it's not going to work, because this mistake of accepting more migration was just terrible, absolutely stupid. So, my advice to the Christian Democrats, if you want to get some of these voters back, you can't do it. You will have to go left. You will have to steal some voters from the socialists or the communists. Yeah. See, because people here in Sweden who vote against migration, they keep a close watch on what these politicians are doing. They have been fooled in the past. They are not easily fooled again. That's right. So that was a crazy mistake that they did, the Christian Democrats. All right, the EU leaders, they have now elected people for these top jobs in the EU. And the person who will replace Jean-Claude Juncker, they have nominated this German defense minister, Ursula von der Leyen. And she will have to be approved by the EU Parliament. I don't know this woman. I know that she's been working with Angela Merkel. And then the guy who will replace Donald Tusk as the EU Council President will be Charles Michel. This guy I know. Some time ago I did a video where I presented a top list. I think it was pathetic EU puppet top list, something like this. And this guy, Charles Michel, he came in third place. Well done, Charles Michel. So this guy, this terrible person, will now replace Donald Tusk. And then there are some other ones. Yeah. Wow. Well, it's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen in the EU in the future. And I have to mention this. I saw this beautiful scene yesterday. They had this event at the EU Parliament and they were playing the anthem, you know, Beethoven's music on stage in the Parliament. They were playing on saxophone. And the Brexit Party guys, a lot of guys from the Brexit Party, they turned their backs. It was great. Great to see this. All right. Now some stupid things from Australia. It's just weird. I will tell you about it. 3 Sydney men have been arrested over an alleged Islamic State-inspired plot to attack a variety of targets in Australia. One of them is Isaac El-Matari. He's 20 years old and the 2 other guys are 23 and 30. They were arrested in counter-terror raids across Sydney's southwest and they were taken to the police station. So far so good. The police allege that the younger men were members of Islamic State. And the plot, which was in the early stages of planning, was to target police stations, defense establishments, embassies, councils, courts and churches. See, now it's getting stupid, doesn't it? Because why are they there in the first place? Why are these guys anywhere? You know, they should be in Islamic State nations, you know. They should be there with their friends. They shouldn't be in countries like Australia or Germany or Sweden. But that's where they are. Okay, and speaking about the arrest of these 3 men in Sydney, this Assistant Commissioner Ian McCartney said the joint raids were designed to keep Australia safe and showed there were still those in the community who wished to do us harm. See? Now it's becoming stupid. Is this a surprise to these guys? I don't understand. Maybe I'm too harsh. But it's getting worse. Okay, McCartney said the 20-year-old man from Greenacre had been monitored for the past 12 months, since returning to Australia from Lebanon, where he had been deported after being jailed for planning to travel to Syria to join Islamic State. So now it's getting weird, right? So he's been monitored for 12 months since returning to Australia from Lebanon, where he had been deported after being jailed for planning to travel to Syria to join Islamic State. And then he said this. He said the men did not represent the Muslim faith, describing their actions as criminal. Yeah. It's weird. It's really weird. All right, that's all for today. Now be good. Bye.